What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. We're going to continue with the great light heavyweight champions of all time. This man right here fought everybody, and you're going to see in a minute. Maxie Rosenblooms, Slappy Maxie. Let's take a look at his career. Maxie Rosenblum. He was otherwise known as Slappy Maxie. He couldn't break an egg if you gave him a brick to do it. However, his boxing style was unbelievable. He didn't give a damn one way or the other what you thought of him, as long as he got the job done. He won a light heavyweight championship of the world, and he held that title for a long time. Maxie boxed 299 times in 16 years, and because he couldn't punch, he rattled up something like 3,000 competitive rounds. I mean, this is crazy. He stopped only 19 opponents out of 299, but was in turn terribly hard to fathom. I mean, he was just a master boxer. Consequently, difficult to beat. I like to fight everybody, he said, but I don't like to hurt anybody. Maxie Rosenblum wound up becoming an actor when he got out of the boxing business. He lost a 10-round decision to Jimmy Slattery for the NBA title in 1927, but fought the great names of his day, Ted Kid Lewis. Now remember, Ted Kid Lewis at one point was like a lightweight, and he went all the way up. Harry Greb, middleweight champion. Tiger Flowers, middleweight champion. Jack Delaney, light heavyweight champion. And by the way, Ted Kid Lewis, he was a champion as well. Johnny Wilson, middleweight champion. John Henry Lewis was a light heavyweight champion. He won the world title in Buffalo in June 1930 when he outpointed Slattery over 15 rounds and confounded experts by keeping it for 4 years. I'm sorry, I got to keep adjusting this focus. I don't know why. But he stopped A.B. Brand and Bob Goodwin, outpointed Slattery again. Lou Skaza, Adolf Hazard, and Mickey Walker. And Bob Olin outpointed him on a controversial split decision in Madison Square Garden, November 1934. Rosenblum retired in 1939, acted in movies and on stage, once at the Dooms in Las Vegas with Betty Grable, and ran night spots. He was in the psychiatric hospital when he died at the age of 71. Maxie Rosenblum, Splashy Maxie, born September 6, 1904, New York, New York, nationality Jewish American. He weighed 165 to 170 pounds. He stood 5 foot 11 inches and was managed by Frank Bachman. 1923, he knocked out Jack Rivers in 3. He won. So basically, he knocked out Jack Rivers in 3, and he defeated him because he fought him twice. Joe Scontley in 6, Kid Frankie in 6, Nick Scallion in 6, and in 6. So he fought him twice. And that year, 1924, he had a couple of knockouts here. He defeated Jimmy Roberts in 4, Jack Stone in 6, Jack Lynch in 6, Jack Ford in 6. Like to fight Jacks. Jimmy Altimo in 6, and Larry Mercedes in 6. And a no decision. Now let's take a look at this man's career here. These are all his fights. So I'm just going to breeze through them, because I have a problem with this focus here. 1925, January 1st, Tommy West, Trenton, New Jersey, no decision in 10. February 13th, Yale Arkansas, New York City, 6th-round decision. February 18th, Carl Johnson, New York City, defeated him in 6. We're just scrolling down. This is a good fighter. August 4th, George Courtney, Coney Island, New York, defeated him in 6. August 22nd, Jimmy Slattery, Coney Island, lost in 6. October 12th, Tommy West, Trenton, no decision, 10. 1926, January 1st, Jimmy Slattery, Buffalo. He lost in 10. That was a very good fight, that Jimmy Slattery Buffalo fight. January 11th, Art Wigton, Buffalo, lost in 6. January 18th, Rocky Smith, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He defeated him in 10 rounds. February 2nd, Frank Moody, New York City, defeated him in 12 rounds. February 22nd, Rock Smith, Trenton, no decision in 10. March 12th, Willie Walker, Staten Island, New York, defeated him in 10. March 22nd, Jack Delaney would be champion, Philadelphia, lost in 10. April 30th, Tommy West, Camden, New Jersey, no decision in 10. Tommy West fought Joe Walcott, the Barbados Damon. June 5th, Dave Shade, another very good fighter, Long Island City. He won in 10. Fought him again, June 29th, same place, defeated him in 12. July 23rd, Jamaica Kid, Atlantic City, no decision, 8. Fought Jamaica Kid a second time, August 6th, Long Island Beach, killed him in 6. Jamaica Kid was a good African-American fighter. Very good fighter. August 19th, Chuck Burns, New York City, defeated him in 10. August 27th, Johnny Wilson, Coney Island, defeated him in 12. Johnny Wilson will be champion. Fought him again October 4th, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 10. October 15th, Tiger Flowers. Tiger Flowers would be champion in Boston. He won on a foul in 9. December 12th, Phil K.O. Kaplan, another good fighter, New York City, defeated him in 10. 1927, he lost to Young Stribling March 17th in Boston, Massachusetts, 10 rounds. Jimmy Delaney would be champion February 1st, no decision, 10. Let's go up to January 26th, Benny Ross, Buffalo, defeated him in 10. 21st of June, Leo Lomsky, Long Island, lost in 12. July 3rd, Tiger Flowers, Chicago, defeated him, or it was a draw, 10-round draw. August 30th, Jimmy Slattery for the title, Hartford, he lost in 10. November 9th, Tiger Flowers, Detroit, 10-round draw. November 15th, good fighter, Jock Malone, St. Paul, no decision in 10. November 21st, Pete Latzo, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 10 rounds. Joe Anderson, December 12th, Cincinnati, Ohio, no decision, 12, advertised for light heavyweight title. And we're just going to go on and on and on. 1928, January 9th, Godfrey Johnson, Pittsburgh, defeated him in 10. We're just going to keep scrolling. February 19th, Jack McVeigh, outstanding middleweight, outstanding African-American middleweight. Very good, for great fighter. New York City, defeated him in 8 rounds. July 31st, Ted Kid Lewis, New York City. He won on a foul in 6. Ted Kid Lewis would be champion. Homer Roberts, son, Springfield, defeated him in 10 rounds. That was in Massachusetts. Leo Lomsky defeated him August 3rd, Long Beach, 8 rounds. October 11th, Tiger Payne, another good fighter. I'll show you him one day. New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. Let's just move on. 1929, January 28th, Jack McVeigh, Rochester, New York, defeated him in 10 rounds. February 19th, Greek Johnson, defeated him in 10 rounds. March 4th, Greek Johnson, Buffalo, defeated him in 6 rounds. March 11th, Osh Till, New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. March 18th, Leo Lomsky, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 10 rounds. Bobby Brown, another good African-American fighter, March 22nd, Syracuse, New York. I have him. Defeated him in 10 rounds. I have him in that African-American Police Gazette book that I showed you yesterday. Got quite a few articles of him. And a nice full-page pose in that book. I have a lot of full-page poses in that book as well. All African-American fighters. May 23rd, Jay Anderson, Cincinnati, Ohio, defeated him in 10 rounds. We're just scrolling along here. September 9th, K.O. Brown, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 10 rounds. November 15th, James J. Braddock, New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. November 25th, Jimmy Slattery, Buffalo, New York. He lost in 10 rounds. That was a good fight. 1930, January 3rd, Leo Lomsky, New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. February 14th, Ace Hutkins. He was the Nebraskan Wildcat. Very good fighter. New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. April 30th, Larry Johnson. They used to call him Larry One Punch Johnson. African-American fighter, great fighter. New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. June 3rd, George Hoffman, New York City, defeated him in 10 rounds. June 25th, Jimmy Slattery for a title, Buffalo, New York, defeated him in 15 rounds and won the NBA light heavyweight title. August 21st, Leo Lomsky, defeated him in, actually was an 8-round draw. September 29th, battling Bozo. I have him in my book. Birmingham, 10-round draw. All these fighters are very, very good fighters. For the time they were fighting, very good fighters. 1931, battling Bozo. No decision, 10 rounds. We're just scrolling here. Billy Jones, Pittsburgh, another good fighter. He lost in 10 rounds. Fought Leo Lomsky again, defeated him in 10. George Manley, Denver, lost in 10 rounds. Billy Jones, lost in 10 rounds. Jimmy Slattery, Brooklyn, defeated him in 15 rounds. Battling Bozo, fought him again. Atlanta, Georgia, 10-round draw. That was September 22nd. December 17th, Cyclo Smith, outstanding fighter, defeated him in 10 rounds. November 10th, James J. Braddock, Minneapolis, defeated him in 2 rounds. Let's continue. Remember, he had 299 fights. 1932. I'm just scrolling along. March 18th, Joe Knight. He was ranked number 1 at one point. He's a heavyweight. I have him in the book. 10-round loss. Harry Fuller, another good fighter. Niagara Falls. Defeated him in 10 rounds. Harry Ebbett, another good fighter. Springfield. Defeated him in 10. Quite aware of all these guys here. Bob Goodwin. Let's see. Bob Goodwin, he fought twice. 10 rounds. Defeated him in 10 rounds and a 10-round draw. Leroy Hayes, another good African-American fighter. December 16th, San Francisco. Defeated him in 10 rounds. December 29th, Billy Jones. A good African-American fighter. Chicago, 10 rounds. Like I said, when I bring up the race, it's just for the background. 1933, Chuck Burns. These are all good fighters here, all of them. Al Stillman, St. Louis. defeated him in 10 rounds. Fought him twice. Defeated him both times. I'm just moving along here. Papa Stopper defeated him in 10 rounds. That was June 20th. Now look at all the fights he had in this 1 year alone, 1933. He fought like once a week. Leroy Hayes, outstanding fighter. August 31st, Los Angeles, California, defeated him in 10 rounds. I have him in my African American Police Gazette book. November 28th, Clyde Chastain, Houston, Texas, 10-round draw. November 3rd, Mickey Walker, title fight, New York City. He defeated him in 15 rounds. 1934, Bob Goodwin, Palm Beach, lost to him in 12 rounds. February 5th, Joe Knight, Miami, Florida, 15-round draw. March 15th, Cyclone Smith, Macon, Georgia, defeated him in 10 rounds. Leroy Brown, very good fighter, 1-10. I got to get this camera fixed. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know why it keeps on getting blurry. Now you can see here, May 8th, Mickey Walker, Los Angeles, California. He lost in 10 rounds. April 23rd, he fought Al Gainer, another good African-American fighter. New Haven, Connecticut. And look how he's traveling all over the place. Amazing. That was a 10-round draw with Al Gainer. Lee Ramage, Joe Louis opponent. Now he fought Lee Ramage June 26th, July 10th, July 31st. June 26th, July 10th, July 31st. Amazing. He got a 10-round draw and lost to him twice in 10 rounds. Leo Kelly, another good African-American fighter, October 8th. Have him in the book. San Francisco. 10-round victory. Bob Olin, New York City. He lost the title to Bob Olin. 15-round loss. That was November 16th. December 3rd, Al Gainer, New Haven. Defeated him in 12 rounds. 1935. Look at all of the fights he had in 1935. He only lost 2 of them. Actually, he lost 3 that year. Hank Hankinson, and the thing is, he lost to him twice. And Tiger Jack Fox lost to him in 10 rounds. And he drew with him 10 rounds. So he fought him back to back September 6th and October 1st. Cannonball Green, another good fighter. I just read about him about a week ago, November 15th. Drew with him in 6 rounds. November 29th, John Henry Lewis. John Henry Lewis was a champion, light heavyweight champion. San Francisco, beating him in 10 rounds. 1936, he fought 3 more fights. That's a lot of fights. That's a lot of fights. Maxie Rosenblum, for a man that doesn't have any punching power and was able to stay in there for 299 fights, is absolutely amazing. It's incredible. It's actually phenomenal. So Maxie Rosenblum, salute to him. Great fighter. It's been entered in my Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuff series. Salute to Maxie Rosenblum. All right, I just wanted to show you guys something. This is a little something extra I'm throwing in. I still had the Harry Greb book out from yesterday. I forgot to put it back. I'm going to put it back today. But I just wanted to show you guys something before I put the book back. It says, Greb outpoints Tommy Loughran. And the reason why I brought it up is because we just talked about Tommy Loughran. And 15-round championship bout. Light heavyweight title holder defeats young Philadelphia challenger because of his greater aggressiveness. Now, see, they call it back then greater aggressiveness. Today, we call it effective aggressiveness. But, yeah, I just wanted to show you that Harry Greb, since we talked about him yesterday, That's why I have him number 2. Because he wasn't afraid to accept challenges with bigger men. And majority of the time, he usually won the fight. I'm just letting y'all look at this article real quick. And this was the actual fight down here. That's grabbing Lachlan. How Grab outpoints the challenger. American light heavyweight champion. For Tommy Lachlan of Philadelphia in recent Garden bout. This is in Madison Square Garden. So I just wanted to show you that because I don't think I showed you that yesterday. But since we was on the light heavyweights with Tommy Lachlan, I just wanted to show you that. All right.